Charlotte from Montreal Healthy Girl, and today I'm actually going to do a video about something that is one of the most overlooked parts of healing. It's something that I know I overlooked at the beginning and for a very long time, and it's also one of the most important parts of healing. So if you don't address this specific issue, then you're going to have a very hard time overcoming physical illnesses, diseases, symptoms, pain, things like that. So basically the issue I want to talk about today is emotional health and loving yourself for where you are in your situation. Most people that are sick, if not all people, have an issue with how they feel about themselves. And the reason I say this is that in a perfectly healthy, emotionally, spiritually, well-balanced person, the physical body often is not able to get out of balance to the point of disease. You really need a synergistic effect of imbalance in the body for you to become quite ill. So most diseases start with emotional traumas that haven't been dealt with, psychological issues, lack of self-love, lack of self-acceptance, self-criticism, self-degradation, berating oneself, doubting oneself, not following your heart, not listening to your intuition, not trusting your judgment, not being happy in your skin, or being proud or content with who you are. So if that strikes true to anybody, then you are not alone. Most of us today, unfortunately, from a young age, were taught by other people around us that for whatever reason, maybe we didn't deserve to be happy or to be loved or to do whatever it is that our hearts desired. Maybe we were taught to think that we couldn't trust our judgment, or that maybe we were worth punishing, or that we weren't really wonderful people inside. Often what happens is we're born into families or raised by people or surrounded by people in our youth who have issues themselves from a very young age, and who maybe they themselves didn't develop a very strong sense of self. So those issues sort of get tossed onto us. Something that's really difficult for a lot of people to grasp is the fact that you don't need to be a particularly wonderful person to deserve being loved and being happy. You deserve to be loved and you deserve to be happy just because you're alive. And that's not to say that I think people should be mean to others or shouldn't be kind to others. You should always do to others what you want to have done unto yourself, but you don't need to suffer or put your feelings last or put everybody else before yourself in order for you to deserve being happy or being loved. So one of the biggest issues with people, particularly surrounding illness with their emotions, is that it's very disheartening and very difficult to be sick. And one of the first ways that people feel when their bodies break down and they start to degrade physically or they're in pain is they get discouraged, they get angry, they get frustrated with their bodies, they blame themselves and their bodies, they think that they're weak. All of those feelings are feelings that are very negative and that are going to impair your healing. One of the first things that you need to do if you want to heal physically is begin to work on healing emotionally. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Being very grateful for the things that you do have, choosing to focus on the beautiful things in your life and not just the pain and agony that you're feeling. And I know that that is the most difficult part. For me, I was in so much pain, I was so miserable, I was so angry and resentful and hateful and frustrated and depressed. And I know that it was very difficult to look at anything positive when you're in that kind of pain. You're looking at the whole world and you feel like everybody's living without you. But that's not really how it is. And you heal every single minute as long as you put your mind and you put your heart to it. Your body actually feels and senses when your mind doesn't love it, when your mind doesn't accept who you are, when you're not in tune with who you really are and with what you're supposed to be doing in your life and in your heart. And your body will still try to cleanse and heal itself, but it will not be in sync with the way your mind is working, and you won't create that powerful unison effect of how strong the body will fight for you if your mind just really wants it. So my best advice to people out there is you can't wait until you're in perfect health to be happy. You can't wait until you have the perfect relationship or the perfect body or your skin clears up. You can't wait until your hair is long or until you have that great job or until you're financially set or until your mother approves of you or until your grandmother thinks your career is the right path. All of those things are superfluous and don't matter. You have to love and accept yourself exactly as you are right now in this moment. Because if you're waiting till you're perfect to love yourself, you are gonna die before you ever love yourself. Nobody is perfect, nobody ever could be, and nobody should ever want to be. Because everybody is perfectly unique just the way they are and deserves all of the best things in life just the way they are. It doesn't matter if you have a physical disability or if you have a mental disability. It doesn't matter if you have financial disabilities, emotional disabilities. You are perfectly able to heal and to be happy and to find fulfillment in your life right now, today. So there's a few exercises I wanted to share with you guys that I think are really helpful in not only helping you learn how to love and accept where you are and stop judging yourself, but also to give you an idea of where you're at in terms of emotional health. I know that for me, when I started practicing these exercises, which was actually not that long ago, I had such a hard time doing them. It was like so difficult. I wanted to like scream and cry, and I realized that that was truly a very powerful sign that I didn't love myself the way I was supposed to, and that was really what had caused my whole body to derail. Me not loving myself is what made me eat bad food, is what made me obsess over stupid things and judge myself and strive for physical perfection and always feel so crappy when other people didn't like me. It was me not liking me that made all of these things happen. And so being faced with that and a tremendous amount of work that needed to be done in order for me to learn how to love myself, I had a hard time with it, with these exercises. So basically, the first thing that you should do every single day when you wake up in the morning, no matter how sick and miserable you feel, doesn't matter if you have burning pains, shooting pains, dizziness, nausea, stage 4 cancer, whatever it is that you have, you should get up every single morning and you should write a list or think of a list of things that you love about your life. Just think about it. It could be your dog, your cat, your car, yourself, your hairdo, whatever it is that you love and that you're grateful for and that you wouldn't want to give up ever at any cost. Think of those things and feel the love for those things. The second thing that you should do is you need to come up with a reason that you want to live, a reason that you want to be healthy, a reason that you want to get well. This reason can't be your kids, your husband, your mother wouldn't want to watch you be buried. It can't be, I have a job or I have, a family to raise. It can't be the responsibility for other people. Something inside yourself. Everybody who's sick wants to get well, but why? What do you want to get well for? Is it because you've always wanted to dance on rooftops? Is it because you just love the sound of the rain beating on your windowsill? Is it because you want more than anything in the world to have a family? Is it because you haven't traveled the way you want to? Whatever it is that truly vibrates and resonates with you and how you feel inside, and what it is that you want to get well for should be your focus. Think about that every single day. Think about being well and doing that thing that you love for yourself every single day. It'll help the time pass and it'll get you there faster. Something else that you can do, get up in the morning and before you brush your teeth or fix your hair, when you're disgusting with your gritty ass mouth, excuse my language, walk up to the mirror exactly as you are, look at yourself directly in the mirror, right in the eyes, and tell yourself that you fully love and accept yourself exactly the way you are, exactly how you are. Look at yourself and do it. And you might not feel it right away. It might be really difficult. You might feel like it's a stupid exercise, but do it. And after you do it every single day, many times a day, over several weeks, you'll start to really feel it. Look at yourself exactly as you are with all of your imperfections and all the things you want to change, and tell yourself that you love yourself exactly how you are. So those are some exercises that you can do. Another thing that you can do, and I got a lot of these tools actually from Louise Hay. She's amazing. She's a motivational speaker and a self-help therapist. And honestly, she really changed my life listening to her videos, and it really made me self-aware of a lot of the negative, self-critical thoughts and feelings that I had on a day-to-day basis. And so addressing those things will really help you clear out negativity, be more positive, and to notice all of the beautiful things in your life that you maybe aren't noticing when you're harping on the only few negative things that you have going on. So you can check her out, Louise Hay. She's, I think on YouTube you can check out some of her stuff. She's really, really incredible, and I definitely suggest looking into that. So I really think that the emotional aspect is something that is often overlooked. It is the most important part of it because your body will heal at 10, 20, 30 times the rate if your mind is really into it. If you're doing a diet routine and you're not really feeling it and you don't see results in a week and you're discouraged and you're kind of like just doing it and you're miserable and you're resenting your family and friends for eating healthy food and you want to get well so you can like keep partying and drinking and eating in restaurants and like wasting your body and your health, well that's not a goal. That's not a reason to live. That's not a reason to survive. So, and to fight for your life. So if that's what your reason is, then you need to look inside yourself and ask yourself why you don't love yourself more and don't want to take care of yourself more. A person who truly loves themselves doesn't want to numb themselves with alcohol, doesn't want to numb themselves with fatty, toxic, unhealthy foods that they know are giving them heart disease and cancer. A healthy person doesn't need to smoke, doesn't need to distract themselves with things that are hurting themselves. Those are all ways of hurting yourself and self-punishing without realizing it. And as a person who comes from a huge history of self-punishing beyond a typical person even, I really understand where all of that came from and how I was using all of those things to numb myself. So if you're finding yourself in that situation, it's okay. It's not something to judge or to be negative about or to feel bad about. Everybody is at a different part of their healing journey. For you, as long as you recognize where you are and accept exactly where you are, all of a sudden, you feel like there isn't a race to get healthy tomorrow. Just knowing in your heart that you're gonna get healthy, knowing in your heart that you're happy with who you are today, even in the situation that you're in, and that life is still worth living, is gonna be enough for you to feel so good that you won't actually need to be better tomorrow. You're gonna wanna eat the healthy food. You're gonna wanna do what's best for your body, and you're gonna be patient and kind and loving with yourself and allow your body to take the time that it needs to cleanse out your lifetime of not loving, self-destructive behavior. So I hope that this helps you guys out there. I know that this is the hardest part of healing. Eating healthy and trying to live a healthy lifestyle is considerably easier than working on your emotional issues and letting go of past resentments and forgiving all of the people who have wronged you, especially yourself. So I wish everybody in their healing journey the very best of luck. You can do it, do the best you can every single day. It's always good enough. You do not have to be perfect. You don't need to strive to be perfect. Nobody wants you to be perfect. Everybody loves you just the way you are, and you're phenomenal and unique, and there's no one else on planet Earth who is ever going to be as incredibly, amazingly unique as you. So take the gift that is your life and use it to the fullest potential and do what it is that your heart is telling you to do, what you've been ignoring. And that's why you're sick, because you've been ignoring it. So listen to what's really inside, follow your heart, and you will get well. Thanks guys, talk to you soon.